From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Monday, March 4th. We're starting out with mostly cloudy skies, but it feels fantastic outside. In the 50s to start the day, we're going to get to the mid-70s. The record high is 78. Might not hit that, but it's going to feel pretty nice outside. Enjoy it today. Clouds are going to increase. We're going to get some showers in here overnight, and the temps are going to be lower tomorrow. We're following breaking news this morning. The Marion County Sheriff's Office says it's investigating the death of an inmate at the Marion County Jail. It happened on Saturday. The inmate has been identified as 29-year-old Richard Good. The coroner's office tells us that. Online police reports say investigators were called to the jail around 3:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon for the death investigation. The report did not provide a cause of death or say if foul play was involved. The office says that Good's death will be investigated independently by IMPD, the Forensic Service Agency, and the Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs Unit. Police say a man is dead after being found shot in a pickup truck on the east side of Indianapolis. A person of interest has been detained, but IMPD is not calling that person a suspect as of now. Officers found the man at around 7 last night in a parking lot near 21st Street and Ritter Avenue. Police say he died at the scene. Investigators have not released his name, age, or what led up to the shooting. Another person is critically injured after a shooting on the west side. Police found the victim Sunday afternoon near 34th Street and Muller Road. The person is now in the hospital in critical condition. No arrests have been made. And IMPD says a man faces charges for shooting another man on the southwest side. It happened on West Caven Street, about 2 blocks from Maplewood Elementary School, early Sunday morning. Investigators say Lee Bates was arrested for the shooting. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office will decide formal charges. The shooting victim is stable at Eskenazi Hospital. In Martinsville, 2 people are dead after a mobile home fire. The fire department says crews were called to the scene just before 6 Sunday morning. It happened on Outer Drive near Sunset Manor. The fire department posted photos on Facebook. They say firefighters saw the flames coming out of 2 windows when they arrived. They quickly tried to rescue the people inside, but both victims were found dead. Firefighters say it took 20 minutes to get the fire under control. The cause of the fire is now under investigation. Switching gears, we're counting down to Caitlin Clark here in Indianapolis. The potential future Fever player is now the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, man or woman. She broke the record yesterday during senior night in the first half of Iowa's game against Ohio State after a Buckeye technical foul. Clark got to shoot 2 free throws because of the foul. She made basketball history during the second shot when she pushed past the record held by Pistol Pete Maravich while he was playing for LSU. Clark reacted to her history-making season.
Everything that's gone on the past couple weeks and even the past couple months, I feel like I'm so focused on helping this team win and be so great that it's hard for me to wrap my head around everything that's going on. I think I'm just trying to soak in the moment.
As we've reported, Caitlin is entering this year's WNBA draft next month. The Indiana Fever has the first overall pick this year. President Biden is applauding Clark after her historic performance. He shared this message on social media. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark on making history as the NCAA all-time leading scorer with 3,685 points and counting. You've made your school proud. Happening today, Indiana Senator Todd Young will visit a construction site in Richmond. It's for a new biomanufacturing facility on Gar-Jackson Road. The city of Richmond says the plant will use a process called precision fermentation to turn microorganisms into foods. Senator Young says it's part of his Made in Indiana tour. In your vote 2024, Super Tuesday is tomorrow. With presidential primaries happening across the country, Super Tuesday lumps together 15 primary contests for Republicans and 16 for Democrats. Current President Joe Biden is not facing any major opposition in the Democratic side. For Republicans, it could be a last stand for Nikki Haley. Haley is favored to lose all of the primaries to former President Donald Trump. However, we may find out today whether Trump will be on all of the remaining primary election ballots. The Supreme Court could rule today on Trump's disqualification from the ballot in Colorado. Trump appealed that earlier ruling from Colorado's Supreme Court. Colorado was the first state to invoke the constitutional amendment aimed at preventing those who engaged in insurrection from holding office in the future. Since then, Maine and Illinois also removed Trump from the presidential ballots. Nikki Haley did finally win her first Republican contest over the weekend. Haley took the GOP primary in Washington, D.C. She then told supporters she's not dropping out of the race.
Media has been all over themselves trying to figure out why I'm not getting out of this race. Why does she keep fighting? What's she doing? Well, first of all, when 70% of Americans say they don't want Donald Trump or Joe Biden, yes, I'm going to keep on fighting.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump won the Republican caucuses in Missouri, Idaho, and Michigan over the weekend, and now he's turning his attention to Virginia for Super Tuesday.
They're going to make a big play for Virginia, you know that. It's time for the Commonwealth of Virginia to finally have your say and get it done the way you want to have it done.
Trump lost Virginia in both 2016 and the 2020 general elections. Happening today, Vice President Kamala Harris will meet with a member of Israel's wartime cabinet in Washington, D.C. Talks between Israel and Hamas on a ceasefire could be in jeopardy. Israel did not send a delegation to Egypt yesterday to resume negotiations, but the White House says Israel has essentially agreed to the deal. They are urging Hamas to agree to it as well.
Hamas are making outlandish demands in another orbit, another planet. If Hamas can come back down to reality, we'll be able to have a deal.
The U.S. airdropped humanitarian aid into Gaza for the first time over the weekend. The UN is calling for multiple reliable entry points to get food and other supplies into Gaza. Wish TV is your education station. Schools across the country are celebrating School Breakfast Week. Research shows that students have an easier time learning when they have a daily healthy breakfast. News 8's Brittany Noble went to Avon High School, where the Colts mascot Blue is among those having breakfast with students today.
All right, you guys, we are inside Avon High School. There's so much happening right now. I am definitely in the way. Students are trying to get to class, but first, everybody wants them to eat breakfast. Take a look. We got a band playing. We have students walking in. We have so many folks around celebrating. We also have Brooke Williams. Brooke, it's hard to even hear myself right now. But this celebration is everything that you guys planned for it to be.
Absolutely. I mean, starting off a Monday morning like this, it's incredible. So, yeah, it's not every day you're going to be able to grab a carton of milk down here and get some breakfast and have a drum line to usher you in. So this is the fun part.
I see so many of the teachers and the staff, the administrators wearing the milk stuff. Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, for our 700 dairy farm families here in the state of Indiana, we want students to succeed, and a big part of that is their diet. So they need to come down. They need to have dairy a part of their meals. And, I mean, Avon High School is doing it right.
Only about 400 students get breakfast out of the 3,300 students that go to school here. So hopefully this inspires them to make some changes. And we also know that studies show that there's a correlation between eating a good breakfast and doing well, performing well in school. All right, we're live at Avon High School. I'm Brittany Noble, reporting for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
Every month, Wish TV is highlighting a local school district with the Morning Bell. This month, we're talking about an emphasis of STEM in Washington Township schools. So, Tim Blom, the Director of Teaching and Learning for Grades K through 5, and Dr. Nataki Pettigrew, the Chief Academic and DEI Officer in the district, joined us on Daybreak to talk about STEM.
With STEM, when we think about the importance of STEM, we think about why students should be exposed to just a wide variety of courses in secondary or courses in elementary. But the world has changed, and to be globally competitive, we have to train kids to be prepared for STEM. And so I want you to think, when we were young and we were in dissection classroom, those are the experiences that we had early on, but now it's so vast, and there's so many opportunities in science and technology. So we've got to think of kids that perhaps they don't know what they want to do, as a child. Perhaps they're exposed to STEM and it clarifies and solidifies what they want to do. Or perhaps you have kids that say, you know, when I'm an adult, I'm going to be a doctor or an engineer, and then STEM solidifies that for them. And so STEM is so important for our district because we want kids to be globally competitive and to be able to fulfill those jobs of tomorrow.
And we're starting this early in elementary school?
Absolutely. We're really excited about the amount of STEM opportunities that we provide for our elementary kiddos. We have a technology class that all of our students experience on a weekly basis. They're learning the fundamentals of computer science, they're coding. We even have 3D printers in some of our classrooms, and so students are doing the whole design to print process. We also adopted a new science curriculum this year, so we have more hands-on experiences than we've ever had before. We just think it's really important that we're setting our youngest students up for what they'll be able to experience when they get to our middle schools and high school.
We're seeing some video of those youngest students. How are they responding to these programs in STEM?
They love it. It's super engaging. Obviously, they have more access to technology than we ever had, and so the opportunity to bring that into the school is great. And then we also try to tie it in cross-curricularly. We have huge emphasis on reading, and so we do some projects in there where we're connecting that to their reading classes. We had students creating bookmarks for their book buddies with the 3D printers and activities like that.
This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.